I wanted to start streaming earlier, but well, there were unforeseen circumstances. By which I mean, I went down a rabbit hole of trying to make a build for Shyla? Not Shyla, I'm already fighting Shyla. Shy Scrambler. There were no survivors. Which is to say, I haven't actually found a build, but I came up with a new idea that I will try to model a build after at some point, as soon as I get around to it. I've already tossed out a few ideas. I've tried a few ideas, and I've tossed them into the garbage. And in the end, only I remain. Anyway, that is not the right, this one. I will not be doing that this stream though. Like, we've done that song and dance of trying to find a Shy Scrambler build on stream, and yeah, I mean, needless to say, that's gonna need more time than we have. Oh. But I'm gonna keep trying. I'm genuinely trying really hard to create a Shy Scrambler build now, because the numbers are starting to line up. You technically don't need to do any weird shit with like destroying multiple spawn in the same frame. So we don't need reflection, as we thought at one point. Which is nice, because reflection is like impossible to work with when you're trying to not shoot the main body. It's without reflection, it's actually quite doable. So long as you have good move speed. Actually not that difficult to just kite scrambler around in circles. And shoot the spawn, but not her. Kind of real. It is kind of real. The main problem is that we need a lot of damage. Specifically, we need the charge shot to deal a lot of damage for the finish. So we end up with like no slots at all for like utility gifts. So it would be nice to use Boundless, for example, but that's probably not possible because we don't have the space for it. I mean, the problem isn't love power here. It's as per usual with all the fights that require exact kills. The problem is equip stars. Oh. But yeah, I spent like 3 hours or so just trying to do that earlier. Maybe it was more than that even. Just trying to craft a build. Because like I said, I had to go through multiple approaches. At one point I tried using Alter Heart, because I was like, well, she starts with a burn charge, so we don't need to waste a slot on spicy fruit, which doesn't give any charge damage. So I was like, that could be cool, but it didn't end up working out. Or, well, specifically, it didn't end up saving any slots over just using Defect, because turns out Defect with Triple Crescent and Icy, it's very strong. It's still very efficient. So that is going to be the approach that we take. Defect, Triple Crescent, Icy, and I'm thinking we'll probably have to use another heart. It's not strictly necessary. There are a few different kind of schools of thought, I guess. Oh, fuck! I didn't see them leave. But like the main idea is that, or my starting point was that I wanted to use charge shots on the small maws. So I tried to just make a build where the first part of a charge shot destroys a small maw precisely. And then everything else kind of follows from there. Because, you know, from there you have to figure out how you're gonna finish the fight. And again, there are multiple options there. Reflection is one of them. And then trying to break both a big maw and a small maw on the same frame. Or you can try to do that with another heart instead of reflection. In both cases, you need, or you probably need paintbrush. Because your actual charge damage is set in stone, right? You only get this one specific charge power, basically, and you can't go any higher. But it's really awkward because, well, it's paintbrush, right? So you have to constantly cancel the crit charge to just fire a normal charge. And then you've got regular bullets flying everywhere, because every time you cancel your charge, you're gonna shoot a regular bullet. But you don't really want those to hit anything. And so that's annoying. And so the next step is to not use paintbrush. And I haven't figured out a build for it yet, but I have run a very rough calculation just to see if it is like in the ballpark of things that are possible. And it is. Now you might think, how is that possible? you're gonna have to like pre-damage the last maw a lot, but if you're not destroying two things on the same frame, then you actually only get 25 HP to spare throughout the entire fight. So that is also the most you could pre-damage the last big maw. And the big maws have 526 HP, so that doesn't really, you know, do it. It's like, okay, either we need to use another heart and try and destroy multiple things at the same time, or... And, this is the thing, like I said, that I haven't really made a build with yet. But that, in theory, could work out, is using anxiety to just get higher damage right at the end of the fight. Of course, it requires also bringing a chrome heart. So it doesn't actually save on equip slots compared to paintbrush. However, we won't have to deal with paintbrush because paintbrush is extremely annoying and very difficult to play around. Oh, sorry. I could have panicked there and not gotten hit. And I mean, the reason that I started looking at Shyla in the first place was because of the update and the way that... Did I say Shyla again? Shy Scrambler. Scrambler. Because in the new update, one of the changes that was made was that the... Well, all of her spawn now... get set on fire, I guess, when you shoot them with burn bullets and start taking damage over time, passively. So that made me think, ooh, like an extra resource. It has the potential to actually be negative for our purposes. But given that so far we haven't really been able to do anything against her, this seems like it might improve things slightly. Right? If nothing else, it means we have to deal less damage to the spawns actively. So like I said, I'm gonna be looking into that more. And I'm gonna try my hardest to come up with a build that is actually like reasonable. Because technically, I've already found several builds that can theoretically win. But none of them make me want to actually try to do it. Because in what little time I've spent in the fight, all of that has just seemed not feasible. Like I said, working with reflection is nearly impossible. And trying to shoot two parts on the same frame is just not consistent, right? You need them to spawn in a good alignment, and then you need to shoot them in such a way that they get hit on the same frame, and it's just it's very icky. And then, like I said, dealing with paintbrush is obnoxious because it leads to a lot of extra damage being dealt because you end up firing regular bullets everywhere. Because we can't actually use the crit charge until the very end of the fight, so it's like a... But I've already kind of sworn to myself, if I can make a build where, you know, the numbers line up, that doesn't use paintbrush and doesn't use reflection, and ideally also doesn't need to destroy two things on one frame, then I'll start doing attempts. Because if we don't have to hit two things in one frame, then the air quotes only challenge becomes not wasting damage, right? And not hitting parts when you don't want to do it, which is basically just, you know, the same challenge that Kyonoto posed, except dodging is easier. So at that point, it's basically an easier version of Kyonoto. And, you know, when you put it into those words, in those terms, it becomes like, oh, well, I've done Kyonoto. But if it's easier than that, then surely it could work. And it's kind of frustrating. All the paintbrush builds are so frustrating because I have found at least one build that, you know, whose numbers work out so well. That just gets fucked up because you involuntarily shoot regular bullets that you don't want. So genuinely, if we could equip dissociation, Shy Scrambler would be way easier. But obviously that's not happening. Ah, close. So yeah, that's what's been on my mind today. And you know, I say it's just Kyonoto again, but it's actually more lenient than Kyonoto. Now, we do also have to break more parts in total compared to Kyonoto. But there, it was like, literally, if we hit her with 2 bullets, we lose. Whereas with Shy Scrambler, it's like, well... we lose if we hit her with like 5 bullets. So I don't know the exact amount. Because the like transferred damage is halved, essentially. Right, if you hit a part for 10 damage, the fear bar only actually takes 5. I should have targeted the purple first. Ah! Stayed alive longer than I thought I would. That's a quote from me on my deathbed. Morning, Ann. Nothing specific. I mean, do you want to be involved in the Shy Scrambler search? I wasn't gonna put that on you, because I'm sure you don't need that kind of stress. You'll have to be. You don't have to be. I've already done a lot of the work, so... you don't have to. I got 10 trillion sublime medals, so you don't have to. Huh. Last time you didn't have to, I calculated DPS wrong. That's true. And I don't see how that's your problem. Like, I'm only wasting my own time there by using an incorrect build. Or did you start doing Limbo 15 attempts while I wasn't looking? Wait, what? Wasting your own time by changing all tips to tips 1? Huh? What kind of tips are we talking about here? Oh. Translation stuff? Yeah, I mean, that seems more important than coming up with a shy scrambler build that isn't gonna work anyway. Like, let's be honest. As if I could actually be successful with that. You don't mean to tell me that you actually believe me when I say the shy scrambler might be possible? Why not? Because it's stupid. It's a stupid thing to suggest. Just like Limbo 15. Look, would you be happier if I told you that actually I'm not gonna do any of that, so don't worry about it? I noticed just today, I guess I technically have noticed this in the past, the 7 loadout slots that you get in quick play are not enough. Because my loadouts are like Molten Viral for 9 Sublime, Chroma for 6 Sublime. I still had my Tox build, I deleted that one. Shyla. Now I have 2 slots, actually, for the different ideas. For Schrambler. I have something else saved as well that I don't remember. Oh yeah, the Limbo 15 build, of course. The 1 loadout slot you get in towers isn't enough. That's good. What the fuck does that mean, An? You're a scientist and not an engineer? Yeah, well, this is an engineering problem, so sit down. My Scrambler is an engineering problem. Like I told you, the science is already done. I've already found a build whose numbers technically line up. And I can explain to you what is required to get the Sublime. Oh, it's an Undertale meme. I see. Engineering is playing the damn game? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Everything else is science? Okay, I also did attempts. I took the builds that I made and started the battle to try and figure out just how bad reflection is. Otherwise, I would not be so sure that paintbrush is ass. It's especially an engineering problem because I need like a very specific build with very specific parameters. And I don't want to get on a phone call with you, so we're not going to be able to figure that out. Nothing personal. You see that dodge? That was sick. Oh, the ghost. Look, I'm serious. Please don't spend, you know, years and aeons trying to make a shy scrambler build. You don't need to do that. You're wasting your time. Help! Why Noi? Every fucking week you complain about how you don't ever have any time to do anything. I'm trying to solve your problem here. I'm trying to help you. That won't change with an extra build done? That's an amount of time that you are spending doing that instead of making a delicious meal for yourself, or at least having a pudding or something. When was the last time you had a pudding? You hate food! No, that's not mood! That's a really bad mood. That's not healthy. That could not be any further from mood. Look, I went to the store earlier because I was out of food. And I didn't feel like getting delivery, and I didn't feel like getting a pizza from the corner. So, I instead went to the supermarket and got like a ready-made meal. There was just some buttered chicken with rice. I'm not healthy. A food lover. Well, you are right, but hating food isn't healthy either. But yeah, I got a ready-made meal. I got a bunch of bananas. It was the last bunch they had of that brand, at least. And I wasn't gonna buy fucking Chiquita. Ugh. And I got some iron, and I got a bar of milk chocolate of a brand that I really like. I think I've talked about it before. If you've ever heard of Tony's Chocolonely, it's really good. It's really good chocolate, and the store that I usually go to also has the brand, but only has a few specific flavors. They have like a salted caramel type, and one with like brownie chunks, which I don't like at all, and one with like almonds and salt. Yeah, it's chocolate with salt, and these are like large chunks of crystal salt inside the bar of chocolate. It's amazing. It's delicious. But my favorite type of Tony's Chocolonely is just the classic milk chocolate, and they don't have that at the store that I usually go to. So today I went to a different one, and that one has it. So I got one of those as well. It's kind of a shame, right? It's one of those things where ever since I started buying that brand, I have just not looked at most conventional chocolate the same. Like any sort of Milka or Kinder or anything, Lindt, anything like that, it just doesn't taste good. Like even Lindt, which, you know, used to be kind of high quality chocolate, I feel like they've fallen off. Maybe I'm just imagining that, you know, maybe it's my perception being different because I'm more used to like really good chocolate. And it is more expensive than other types. Of course it is. But hey, it's worth it. I'm all. Did I get anything else? I got some iron as well. I don't know if I said that. Damn. Need to get that purple. I got the purple. No. Damn. Oh yeah, I forgot that I would have to warp across the side. Damn. Also, regarding, you know, me doing DPS math wrong, it'd be nice if there was some, like, documentation for how to calculate all that stuff. And some place that's easily accessible. And don't you dare tell me that the code is easily accessible. I will ban you. You exactly mentioned that, except you remember making that mistake on the stream. Okay. Again, that would not happen if there was documentation about this. But sure, if you really want to, make a Shy Scrambler build. Just make it. And then I'm gonna tell you why your build sucks. No wiki? What? I'll be honest, I didn't think the wiki would pay any mind to these things that only concern the top level gameplay. Yeah, it's on the wiki. Fascinating. But thank you for bringing that to my attention. Been funny if that had worked. Ah, damn it. Could have warped to avoid that. Moving right sealed my doom. Struggling. Okay. I hate that I still can't seem to dodge anything in phase 2. It's really unfortunate. Damn it. Kind of bad. Oh, no, never mind. Worked out. Ah! Every time. Okay, incoming. Why? Why? I was focusing on the ghosts instead of looking at my heart. Man, that's rough. Man. Oh. bad. Yeah, yep. Really bad spot. Yep. Couldn't get down. I hate when I can't get down. It's like a cat in a tree. Many such cases. Eh. I thought I warped. Oh, you know what I'm just now noticing? Chat, I turned off lower quality mode at one point during my Rambla experimenting. It was funny because for the longest time, obviously, I was running with Paintbrush and I tried to avoid using it. However, I would sometimes use the crit charges on the chargers because they're tanky enough to, you know, take that hit and not die. But then sometimes while playing, I would see the charger just like get pushed back when I wasn't firing at it at all. And at one point that even happened to Scrambler herself, and I was like, what's happening here? Until at some point I realized, wait a minute. That's the crit bubbles dealing damage. But I can't see them because I always play in lower quality mode. So I turned that off. And I don't need it anymore because, you know, I don't need the crits anymore. But let's leave it on for now. There are some extra visual effects that weren't there yesterday. I don't know if that's really throwing me off much. It might be. There's some particles every time an Aviark is defeated. And those are pretty distracting. What am I cooking? I genuinely don't know why I do that. Just fucking move directly into a bar of bullets that wouldn't have hit me if I had stood still. I don't think that's something that I'll ever be able to unlearn. Because I do it in every mode. I seriously don't know why. Okay. I thought I warped. There's no way out of this. If crits would be better for Shyla or not? Well, this build tries to deal very specific amounts of damage, so we cannot use crits. It would mess up the entire build, basically. I mean, usually when you're just trying to clear, then crits are quite useful. If simply just because they represent an extra factor, basically. So when you already have some damage and some rate, crits can be more efficient for DPS. Sometimes. But it's not an option for us here. But, welcome in. Canary? Or is it Anairi? Like I? That'd be fitting. We love eyes around here. And eyes love you. I see, I see. Oh, I saw that. I saw that. I knew that bullet was gonna be there. And I tried to move right. Ah. Not enough. Not enough. Ah. I feel like you rarely see people stream Void. I mean, this last week, Flashback Wasp has been streaming almost daily. So keep an eye out for them. But yeah, usually there's not too many people playing this. Oh, how did I not get hit there? It was a failed warp again. But, lucky. I see you. What? Didn't make it. I could have taken a quicker path, warping horizontally first to get past the purple line. It could have worked, maybe. Oh. How am I failing my warps again? It's not even late. Do I have to take a break already? It's barely been an hour. Oh, what? I didn't even see what hit me. Have you considered taking a break? It's really not that hard. I think you should take more breaks. I'm imagining the, that, like, Wojak meme. I don't know if it's a Wojak or whatever that someone made about Silk Song. The break enjoyer or whatever. I love not playing video games. Honestly, a generational image. Oh. Heck. Cool, I got the frame rule. Is that awesome? Fuck. Okay, break time. I'm telling you, I cannot play phase 2 for shit. Ah. It's really unfortunate. I mean, I could try and practice phase 2 specifically. And doing it in like free play, but I'm also not sure how to really set that up in a way that's like accurate. I guess I could just try and set her to like a similar beer amount and then copy the build over. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna get up and do some stretches. I wonder if Anna's actually trying to make a Shambler build. That'd be weird. You are? Well, stop. You have some cursed ideas? You don't need ideas. I already know what you need to do. You need to get your charge. You need to get a single lane of charge if you use another heart to deal 420.8 damage after considering the weakness. Yeah, you can't use paintbrush, obviously. And you can't use reflection. You can how you have used Revital Heart? I'm not doing that. Takes too long and makes the start of the fight extremely hard. It's the only way you're keeping the fight under control is if you shoot the spawns as soon as they appear. Revita is not practical. I've tried. Take a single hit in the end? Yes, that's what you use anxiety for. You equip anxiety to do the same thing. And anxiety is just better for that than Revita. You use both? You don't need both. Anxiety is enough to get your charge to enough damage to one-shot a big maw. If using another heart. I haven't made the specific build yet, but I've checked if the numbers are in the right magnitude, and they are. Again, you are wasting your time. What do you mean you don't have to do any bullshit? I don't have to do any bullshit with only one. It's enough to one-shot the final maw. With just anxiety. You don't need any pre-damage, you don't need to shoot multiple things at once. I already know all of this. How do you kill everything else? With a single another hard shot? Yeah. Or are you saying you want to use Revita and Anxiety and skip using another heart? That's a good idea. Do you actually get enough damage though? Are you sure? You can't use regular shots on the spawns throughout the fight. It's not practical. Because you need to circle around Scrambler after she appears. So you're just constantly moving in large circles around the arena. So it's only feasible to use charge shots for all of the spawn. Both the big and the small maws. That's why I'm saying you need a very specific value for your charge damage. Not any more, not any less. You doubt it's practical either way? I mean, the most practical way to do it is to not use paintbrush, not use any regular shots for anything, basically. And that way you can get pretty exact kills on the small walls. They have 210 HP and you deal 210.4. And you can get exact kills on the large maws using the burning decay. But only if you don't fire any regular shots. And I have not done the math on the chargers. Again, I have not made a specific build. So maybe you end up using a specific number of regular shots on the chargers. Those are kind of an afterthought for me at this point. And then, like I said, you use Anxiety to get enough damage to one-shot the last big. And that's kind of the only way that I can see it being practically feasible. This paintbrush just... Paintbrush makes everything fucking impossible. And yes, managing another heart is difficult. Not accidentally shooting extra things that you don't want to shoot. There's some challenge there. But if you're not firing regular shots, then it's actually not that bad, because you want to hit all the parts with your charged shots anyway. So most of the time, or at least some of the time, when you accidentally hit something you weren't aiming for, it might still be okay. You have to do another hard revive, then if you could possibly just pipe for the same effect. The question is, do you want to deal with pile? Ideally, I don't want to shoot things that I'm not aiming for, and pile makes that more likely than another heart. Also, you're straining your build more. I guess if you can cut out the anxiety, then you might be able to save some slots. That's a good idea. Because you save on both needing to equip anxiety and little sister. So you get 3 slots to compensate for the slight loss in fire rate. Yeah, that could be good. Could be something. I mean, it does mean a wider shot spread, right? So it's potentially troublesome when you want to avoid shooting Scrambler. You want to, like, kind of shoot around her. Oh my god, Randy was just talking to me the other day about like a hypothetical scenario where we use... I don't know if that was on stream or not, where we use anchor to curve a shot around a monster, and Shy Scrambler is like the monster where that could become a thing. There are some weird things that you can do with anchor that I would like to avoid, because it's all just really... it's just weird tech that's not generally useful, and thus I'd have to basically learn from the ground up. You mentioned that, I think. Wasn't it Randy? Maybe it was you. I love how I got hit as soon as I made it into phase 2. That's very typical of me. Yeah? Okay. Oh, good. Dang it. Okay. Whoa, that was close. Okay. Incoming. That was a few bullets. Why? Why? I never get hit by that. Why? Why? There's just some instinct in my brain forcing me to move into those lines of bullets. Unfortunate. Piece of shit. What? I totally destroyed that. Ah, I knew that was gonna happen too, as soon as I waited. But I had to wait. The solution obviously would have been to warp vertically. It's not really something that's usually on my mind. I've tried using vertical warps against those red patterns, and it doesn't usually go great because you'll just end up in a different bad position. But I could have used the iframes to just move further right. But I also simply don't have the same kind of muscle memory for vertical warping as I do for horizontal warping. So it doesn't come up as much. Whoa. Somehow none of those left. Oh, the ghost trail. No. That's close. Oh, good. Oh, good. Purple. Who even likes purple? Purple's kind of an overrated color, don't you think? Damn. That's not where I was hoping you were gonna take the bit on. You failed the test. Any real fan would know that the real Q loves the color purple more than anything. So it couldn't have possibly been me saying that. The implication that I had, yeah, do you not own any cubes? I somehow refuse to believe that's true. You have a minor dice collection. See? Wait, why are they minors? Actually, can I retract that? Let's not. Some of the cubes are heavy enough you could dig with them. Is that an untranslatable Russian idiom? Or perhaps mine? What? Sorry, I don't know this. Can you... Where are the translator's notes? Can I look at a dictionary? Or like an almanac? Of Russian proverbs? Keikaku means plant? Wait, I thought Dandori meant plant. Have I been mistaken? Did Mr. Games himself misinform me? Mr. Viral Games? I can't believe this. Mr. Games 33. I didn't know there were that many of them. Who would win? 33 games? Or one mystery boy? Wait a minute. That means something else. Mystery boy. That is just... That's just nonsense. That's just gibberish. Is it the gibberish hour already? The guy who made that French game that won all the awards? I don't know. I assume every game was made by Mr. Games. You know, every year in December, Mr. Games comes down your chimney and delivers the games. Mr. Games Keeley. Of course I was gonna make it about Geoff. Who do you think I was talking about? He delivers them. He doesn't make them, of course. The games are made, and I'm gonna have to get the kind of 18 plus for this one. All games are beautiful eggs that are laid by one very special individual Please, everyone, take a guess which name I'm about to say. No, not Toby Fox. Toby Fox doesn't make games. Toby Fox makes Homestuck. Games are delivered by Storks. Well, I was gonna say that they're laid by Hideo Kojima. I was really expecting that to be the obvious punchline, but maybe I'm too stuck in my own head. That makes sense. Does it? To be fair, I don't think the world would be too surprised if Hideo Kojima came onto Twitter one day and showed a picture of an egg that he had laid. I mean, egg laying is all the rage these days. Everyone's laying their own eggs nowadays. That would be Tatsuki Fujimoto. Sure. I mean, I've been dipping my toes into the egg-laying fandom recently. As a creator. My dad is posted on how he ate his then girlfriend's dead goldfish instead of burying it. I mean, why wouldn't you? You're just gonna throw away food? Surprise, surprise, humans raise animals in order to eat their meat. It's not even a weird thing. It's like extremely common and one of the pillars of agricultural society. I don't think that's weird at all. Does yaoi come from separate egg? Hold on, I shouldn't be reading chat while playing the game. Oh, good. Of course that was gonna happen. Does yaoi come from separate eggs that Kojima lays? Like brown versus white eggs? That's a good question. Let me write that one down for my research later. He got poisoned from that. Ah, fucking idiot. That wouldn't have happened to me. Fuck! Fuck! Ah! Think he actually cooked that fish? Oh, he just ate it raw. Well, then it's... Yeah, like that... That is what happens. Dumbass. Another purple. Hi. Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. Goodbye. Sorry, I was too focused on my own survival. I stopped thinking about killing for 2 seconds. Needless to say, it had catastrophic consequences. Oh, hi. Ah! I almost made that work. Ah! That was literally so easy! Ah! Okay, rest of the fight is panics. Fuck! I hate not having move speed. It sucks balls. Hey, Ann, any updates on that Schrambler build? While I have a sip of water. Water. Keep drinking it. What do you mean it's probably possible? I already know it's possible. Uh-huh, and what did you find? You stopped doing that stuff, huh? You're thinking about void color pipe. Okay, that's fair. Give me a moment while I do some more stretches. Don't want to get stiff. Because I'm going out right after stream to play some basketball. In fact, I don't have much time left. I got maybe like 15 minutes of runs left in me, and then I gotta go. I'm gonna go shoot some basket berries. Are you all hopping on the trend of berry posting? You got everyone's talking about berries. Try to keep up. Look, 2026 is the year that I become a social media god. I subsume all of the postings unto myself. Am I a baggy pants fan so that I talk about berries? Yes. I'm wearing baggy pants right now. I always wear baggy pants when I go out to run some errands, so that's why I have them right now, because I was doing that earlier. Oh yeah, berries, errands, I got it all. I should be a mold expert. Why? Because of my errands? Will do, buckaroo. How much did you futz around with Another Heart versus Pile? Like, is there anything, any ideas that you've eliminated? Not a lot, okay. Yeah, then first I'll go back to where I left off with the Another Heart anxiety setup. And then I'll try to do it with Pile. Some preliminary search. Actually looked at how to kill Seekers. Yeah, see, that's mostly just been an afterthought for me so far, because like it's only 3 of them. I'm sure that'll just fall into place. Pretty easy to waste 10 plus HP. Yeah, if you don't If you don't plan it out beforehand, sure. Like, yeah, I'll look at the numbers, but that's after figuring out, you know, how to do the other two. Because I have a higher pain threshold for, like, specific kill setups for Seekers that, like, require an exact number of regular shots, for example. Because they're not going to overlap with Scrambler. So it's, like, more important for the small and large maws to be simple kills. Pain threshold. It's not what pain threshold means. Though I will say, Shyla is a more painful fight than Shyla. As it turns out, trying actively to miss shots, as opposed to trying actively to hit all of your shots, makes quite the difference with regards to how intuitive something is to play. Funny how that works. That was nice. Can charge them twice, and I think that's okay. With, I mean, with what charged, with or without regular bullets? I mean, I'll figure it out, but it's a bit more nuance there, isn't it? But yeah, the burning damage over time is like a huge part of why I consider it to be, you know, maybe possible now. Do 210 4 times. Well, it's 210.4. But I see what you mean. Damn it. Dang it. Oh, hi. That was not a good place to be. don't like how close that was. Single. There we go. Oh, why? Yeah, okay. I see how it's gonna be. Ah, it's too many. Why did it have to be 2 red patterns? That would have been fine if it hadn't been a second red pattern. Ah! Damn it. No, I tried to charge. I think you know why I can spawn 2 reds in a row. Is it because it's a single green in between? Useless fact of the night: if you stack some helpers, paintbrush, and 4 heartbeats on Alter Twin, instantly cancelling charge shots deals more DPS than sustaining the beam. Uh, okay. Good to know. Thanks for sharing. What were you gonna say, Randy? Do I have time? No, I think that's gonna be it. Was that a bot? Yeah. I mean, it didn't seem like a bot necessarily, but it smelled like someone was trying to sell me something, you know? Because I'm capped on spawns, and so it reattempts the wave 1 second later. Oh. That's so messed up, actually. Huh. Interesting. Anyway. Let's go raid someone. Yeah, yeah. No one's playing Void right now. But I'm sure we can find someone, right? Right? Do you complain about it? Seems inconsequential. Doesn't really matter enough to, you know. Thought you hated double reds? Get good. I just have to get good. I'm telling you, almost every situation is winnable. Hey chat, do you like Hollow Knight Silksong? It's not entirely intended. I mean, look, you can do whatever. I personally don't think it's like worth spending dev time on, and I think it's a cool interaction. Honestly. You could call it janky, but like ultimately it is an interaction of intended mechanics. Of, you know, reds having like this like cooldown between red waves and the interaction with the spawn cap delaying the next wave. I don't know. I like it, honestly. I think it's cool. That's my 2 cents. Anyway. Let's go check out this Silksong 100% speedrun. I've been watching some Silksong 100%s. It's a cool fucking run. I am so impressed by people who manage to do these hours-long runs with such high precision from like start to finish. Not necessarily without mistakes, of course, but just like the moment-to-moment precision in the movement and all the combat is fascinating to me. He's currently fighting Widow. Widow usually dies in about 10 seconds, so let's get in there, right? Next stream's tomorrow, as usual. Have a great night, everyone. Or day.